George Langevin Productions presents NCAA Playoff Soccer. Welcome to the University of San Diego's Torero Stadium, where we're witnessing the first round of the NCAA Division I playoffs between the Stanford Cardinal and the University of San Diego Toreros. This is the first round. The winner will play UCLA next weekend. These two are among 28 teams invited to the Division I postseason tournament. The winner tonight will be one of 16 who survives to the second round, including the 4 teams that have byes, the top seeds in each region. USD made in the Western region. They were ranked number 4 in the West region. They were ranked, depending on the poll you read, 14th or 16th nationally. That's an all-time high for the Toreros. They will be defending the eastern goal for the first half. Stanford will be defending the western goal. This is Scott Garlick, the goalie. And that's Ryan Collins, who has the ball right now. Stanford's passing it back. They're trying to find themselves on the field. These two teams played once last year. The Stanford Cardinal ended up winning 1-0 in Palo Alto. There's a foul. This may be a physical game. The two teams feature a number of big men. Stanford has a freshman, number 18, Mark Walker. He is 6'4". Not too bad for someone if you want to get a lot of height. USD has a few tall players too. Chugger Adair is 6'5". You'll see him a lot. In fact, he's tied for the regional lead in scoring along with his teammate Guillermo Jara. There's Stanford. They've got control of the ball, but haven't taken it into USD's side. And now it's out of bounds. USD will take the throw in. And it's centered and foul called. It'll be a free kick for Stanford.
USD foul, free kick Stanford.
Both of these teams have playoff experience. USD entered the playoffs for the first time in 1990. They beat Portland in the first round before losing to UCLA in an overtime heartbreaker. Stanford has been in the playoffs 3 different times. They have not gone past the first round. They lost last year to Santa Clara. Here's Stanford. It's been a while before any team has had the ball on the other side. Looks like it may be a defensive game. Now a foul called against Stanford.
Foul on Stanford, free kick USD.
Kevin Legg take the free kick. Legg out of Poway High School. It is blocked. And it's going to be maintained by Stanford. There is Stanford's Jason Vanacour with the ball. Manages to keep it in Stanford possession when it goes out of bounds. If you'll notice, the soccer lines are painted yellow. This is the football field on which USD plays. The soccer team started using the football field in 1989. And the color differential will make sure nobody gets confused between the football marks and the soccer marks. As you'll see, the NCAA paint in the middle. That, of course, is new. And that was blocked by Kevin Legg. Niels Bruckner now passes it back to Joel Russell. And there's Ryan Collins. Collins trying to make a break, and it's saved by Garlick. Garlick smothers the ball. He's down. Garlick's back up. Apparently he got kicked, but he seems to be okay. He's taking his time. waiting for a favorable distribution. There goes out to Alex Strysek. Strysek, speedy little midfielder. And to Doug Barry. And it's going to be USD's ball. Corner kick.
Corner kick USD.
Torero corner kick. First corner kick of the game. And it's kicked away and back to USD, and it's kicked wide by David Beal. We believe it was Guillermo Jara who took the corner kick. Jara out of Livermore High School in Livermore, California. He's only a freshman. And USD will take possession of the ball. So far, neither team's really dominated. They've both shown flashes. Neither team's put the ball in the goal. It's 0-0. It's early in the first half. Just a few minutes have gone from the game. Stanford taking their time. And it's intercepted by USD and back to Stanford. There's Robert Brophy with the ball. Brophy tried to pass it, it's broken up. Kevin Legg breaks up the pass. And a free kick.
USD foul, free kick Stanford.
Cardinal free kick. Brophy to take it, apparently. And he will, no fakes. He's headed away. And Jara could not get the ball. It's going to be a free kick for Stanford.
Free kick Stanford.
And the Cardinal takes a long, that was probably a pass gone awry, wasn't necessarily a shot. Niels Bruckner, who kicked the ball, and it ended up in Scott Garlick's hands. And there is Toby Titano with the ball for USD. Titano to Strysek, Strysek to Kevin Legg. Legg gets through one defender and too many defenders to try to get through. Stanford will have the ball. Little contact.
USD foul.
Here's Randy Mann with the ball for Stanford. To Sean Lieb. Down the sidelines. And it's going through the middle. And the shot is high. Looks like that was Martin Barthmeyer who took the shot.
Shot attempted by number 16, Lance Killian. Goal kick, USD.
That was Lance Killian who took the shot. Number 16, not number 14. Goal kick for USD. And it's going to be out of bounds, a throw-in for the Toreros. That is Titano, number 7, to Guillermo Jara. It's a number of tall players, so you'll see a lot of headers. Randy Mann is 6'1" for Stanford. Mark Walker, who we mentioned, is 6'4". In addition to Chugger Adair, who we mentioned was 6'5", there's also a 6'3" player for the Toreros, Darko Dragicevic. And Roger Lindquist, the defender for the Toreros, is 6'2". Lindquist, number 2. Swedish import. Blonde guy in the far back. Stands out more for his height than for his hair color.
USD foul, free kick Stanford.
Lindquist is one of 2 players tonight who come from a foreign country. The other player is Carmen Donofrio from Vancouver, British Columbia. He's for the Cardinals, or Cardinal. Stanford was, in its early days, known as the Cardinals, then became known as the Indians, and in the early 1970s, after the Native Americans requested a little more sensitivity in the use of nicknames, the Stanford University Athletic Department changed their nickname to the Cardinal, singular, for the color they wear. There's no score. We're still in the first half, early in the first half. USD also has a little nickname dilemma. The Toreros are, of course, the masculine form of the bullfighters. And a foul call against Stanford. We finally have some Toreros on the soccer field this year. USD fielding a women's team for the first time.
No, I won't be at my house afterwards. All right,
And going for the ball for USD is Doug Berry. USD is a young team. They only have 4 seniors on the squad. Number of juniors. They had an excellent recruiting class in 1990. Got both the San Diego County 2A Player of the Year and the 3A Player of the Year. And there's a foul call against Stanford. Against USD. Stanford to get the free kick. And when we have time, we'll go over some of the local players on the Toreros.
USD foul, free kick Stanford.
There's also a San Diego County player on Stanford. Jason Keys came from Sarah High School. Keys is a senior for the Cardinal. Free kick. Looks like it will be a physical game. We've seen a lot of fouls, a lot of free kicks, and another goal kick. A disputed call. Apparently USD touched the ball. It was a corner kick, but no goal came of it, so it won't go down trivia as a disputed call that decided a game. Just a little anger, which will subside as soon as USD grabs possession of the ball. And they grab possession by foul.
Stanford foul, free kick USD.
Scott Farley was upended. Other than Lindquist, Farley came the furthest to go to the University of San Diego. Farley is from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Farley is a sophomore. There's a freshman this year, Matt Gerlach from Minnesota, Burnsville, Minnesota. Emil Joachim is a sophomore. He's from Portland, Texas. Stephen Shipley's a sophomore. He's from St. Louis, Missouri. And everybody else on the team's either from take that back. Robert Ducey's from Overland, Kansas. He's a sophomore, but everybody else is either from California or Arizona. You'll notice the full crowd, obviously due to the fact that this is USD's first ever home playoff game. But the Toreros have increased in attendance over the past few years. Seamus McFadden has been extremely successful in recruiting local talent. Probably more successful than any of the other San Diego County college coaches. It worked against him in 1991 when he ran out of scholarships. But he does have a number of players from San Diego on the team.
Come on, Chuck.
There's Jason Vanacour for the Cardinal. Passes it to Collins. It'll be a throw-in. Cardinal throw-in, taken, intercepted by USD, and back to Stanford. Two teams playing good defensive soccer. That's one of the reasons we're scoreless. In fact, it's the main reason. There have been a few shots, but no real missed opportunities. Both sides can credit their defense for being there when they're needed. And the goalies have done some work, but the defenders have done much more. Made easy for the goalies so far. There's Randy Mann bringing it up. It's going to be taken away, but USD can't keep it. There's Lance Killian. He can't keep it, so USD will get the ball back, pass it up the sidelines, attempt to Doug Barry. Barry has it. And they're going to try to center it. They are centering it. It's kicked away. Again, not a blown opportunity by any means, just some excellent defense. And that was Guillermo Jara with the, no it wasn't. Yes it was Jara. There's Guillermo. Did a good job of centering it. And if he can get to this, it could be trouble, but he won't get to it. Be taken away by the goalkeeper instead. Jara and Chegar Adair tied for the regional lead in scoring, both with 38 points. Adair has 15 goals, 8 assists. Jara has 12 goals and 14 assists. His 14 assists were the tops in the region. So if the two can connect, Stanford could be in for a long night. That pass was attempted for Adair. Did not go through to him. It's taken away. That's Farley. Down the sidelines, there's Adair. And there's Doug Barry. Barry trying to keep control. It'll be kicked away. And now headed. That was David Fullerton, defender, senior. I take that back. Fullerton's from Colorado. From Lakewood, Colorado. He's a transfer from the University of Denver. And he's one of 5 seniors, not 4. USD did very well in 1990. They reached the second round of the playoffs. But as I mentioned, the following year they had a problem with the scholarship maximum. Had a hard time recruiting players who were willing to pay their way to USD. And they lost their 4-time team MVP, Tron Nguyen. But they're back in the playoffs this year. And it'll be a corner kick for Stanford, their second corner kick of the game. And it will go out of bounds. Stanford will take the ball. It was headed away. Barry playing back. All of USD's back. Looks, both teams expect defense to win this game, and there is good defensive play by Garlick. Went out of his hands. Rebound was wide. It will be a goal kick. A big break for the Toreros. A bad break for Carmen Donofrio and the Stanford Cardinal. And the Cardinal will get the ball back. No, they will not. Well, actually they did. They just couldn't keep it. Foul called against USD.
Free kick Stanford.
USD advanced to the second round 1990 by beating Portland 3-0 at Portland. USD also had a very successful season in 1986. They won 19 games and lost 4. Seamus McFadden was named the coach of the region. Then after 1990, Seamus McFadden became the full-time coach, finally got a full-time contract for USD soccer from the University of San Diego to coach soccer. McFadden, a native of Ireland and a graduate of San Diego State University, he played for the San Diego Jaws 1 year before they were the Sockers. Played for the Jaws in 1976. In fact, that's the year they were the Jaws. The next year they became the Las Vegas Quicksilvers, and the year after that they moved back to San Diego and became the Sockers. And they've been the Sockers ever since. They've survived 2 leagues, and they will be in the Continental Indoor Soccer League this June. There's Alex Strysek. Strysek out of Mesa College, actually out of Hemet, but he went to Mesa College. Had some success there playing for Jerzy Schindler. And there is a great opportunity, but some excellent defense once again, and back to the goalie. Another good opportunity for USD, but negated by the defense. It's 0-0, and that score reflects the excellence of the defense and no slur on the offense whatsoever. There's Stanford with the ball again. That's Vanacour. He's being guarded by Barry. And a lot of sideline action by Stanford. Trying to open up the field. It's hard to go down the middle when you've got 11 defenders there. This could very well be a 1-0 game. The last game these two teams played was 1-0. Stanford won that in Palo Alto last year. That's headed away. And down the sidelines again, but out of bounds. Touched by the Cardinal. USD will get the throw in. Farley to take the throw in. And foul call against Stanford. We've mentioned a lot of defense. There's a lot of fouls too.
Foul, free kick, USD.
Not malicious contact. The defense is just playing close, and sometimes they've gotten a little too close. But a foul is better than a breakaway. That one was not a foul. Much to the disappointment of David Biel and his compadres on the Toreros. And this one was called, apparently an obstruction call because it's going to go to USD.
Stanford foul.
Garlick bouncing the ball. There's a Scott Garlick, the goalkeeper, and Matt Gerlach, the forward. Gerlach wears number 10. And there is Toby Titano. Some of the players from the San Diego area are Tom Tate, the backup goalie from University High School. Alex Strysek, who is originally from Hemet but went to Mesa Community College. Kevin Arthur from Poway High School. Toby Titano from Valhalla High School. Manny Rodriguez from San Diego High School. Chugger Adair from Chula Vista. Went to high school in Chula Vista to Hilltop High School, and then he transferred to USD from San Diego State after playing. And we have an injured player on the field. Kevin Arthur.
USD number 4, Kevin Arthur. Replacing number 6, David Fullerton.
Kevin Arthur has joined the Torero squad, or he was on the Torero squad, has taken the field in place of the injured defender, David Fullerton. Fullerton is still being attended to. He's being helped up. He's walking off with little assistance. He's being escorted to the sidelines. Fact is, he's on his feet, so it's hopefully not a serious injury. Offsides against Stanford. That's the first offsides of the game.
Just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, that the time appearing on the scoreboard clock is unofficial. The official time is being kept by
there
the
is
official timer on the
Lindquist.
sideline.
The ball, and there is Kevin Arthur out of Poway High School. Arthur heads it to, or passes it to Adair, who heads it. There's Adair trying to get the ball back. He'll go instead to Stanford. There's Ryan Collins. And it's attempted pass for Lance Killian, taken away by Lindquist. Lindquist to Arthur. Arthur to Adair. Adair still has control, passes it, it's blocked. There's Doug Berry, he kicks it, and it's little lack of velocity there. Harmlessly taken by the goalie. Went off a defender. Berry rebounded it and wasn't able to get enough speed on the ball. And there's Lindquist again with the clear. Battle for the ball around midfield. Stanford will take possession. USD playing it cautious. They don't want to put too many men up front. USD is a very offensive team, but they're afraid of a breakaway. USD entered tonight's contest with a record of 15-4, 4-0 in the West Coast Conference, or 4-1. Stanford entered the game with a record of 11-7-2. So, long kick will be taken by Stanford's Randy Mann. They're trying to bring it upfield. No resistance so far. Pass to Brophy will go out of bounds. Throw in Toreros. And there is Toby Titano. Titano to the defender. Tempted to pass to his teammate. Just too many red shirts there. Too many Cardinal shirts. And Arthur trying to put the defense on, and it's going to be taken away. Kicked away. There's Adair to Guillermo Jara. It's intercepted. Good thing for Stanford, because that could have been a breakaway had that ball reached Jara. There's Kevin Arthur, but a foul is called. We're almost.
Stanford.
Offsides is called against Stanford. And there's Lindquist with the long indirect kick. Stanford once again has the ball. And the linesman makes a signal.
Offside, Stanford.
Stanford offsides again. I'm sure it's something that Stanford coach Colin Lindoris will be talking to his team about at halftime. The need to stay on sides. USD so far has not been called for an offsides. And that ball is tried to clear and no luck. Brophy kicks it, but it was wide to the left. In fact, he never had a realistic chance of being in the goal. They had cut off his angle.
Replacing number 11 is Doug Berry.
And Doug Berry goes out of the game. Emil Joachim goes into the game for USD. Joachim, number 8. Joachim is 5'8". So is David Beal, and so is David Fullerton, who came out. USD has some height, but they also have some players who have excelled despite their lack of height. Here's Lindquist, and back to Garlick. A couple of the 6-footers. There's Alex Streisick. A number of these players have known championships in previous teams. We'll get to those later. Another offside's called.
Offside, Stanford.
Little under 15 minutes unofficial time left in the game, or left in the half, but injury time will add some onto that because of the injury to Fullerton. The referee is the only person who has the official time. He is not required to correct the scorekeepers. So the time of 13:03 is just an estimate. And there was Toby Taitano, was unable to pass it to a teammate, but was headed out of bounds and across the goal line, so it'll be a corner kick. Taitano to take the corner kick. Taitano, one of those who's known championships. He played on George Logan's Valhalla High School teams. And it's going to be another corner kick. No, it'll be a goal kick. Was touched by a couple of people, one from each team, and touched last by USD. And there is Sean Lee for Stanford, trying to bring it up. Arthur with the takeaway, the pass. And USD will end up with the ball. Lindquist with the attempted pass. Now it's back to USD and back to Stanford. And there's Jason Vanacour taking it down the center for Stanford. Down the center, right to Lindquist's legs. And Lindquist again to a teammate. Unable to keep the ball. Little contact, but no foul called. Now contact was called against Stanford. USD take the kick. Free kick. There's Guillermo Jara, and there's Toby Taitano. Taitano also puts some decent scoring numbers up on the board. Taitano played in all but one game. He had 23 points. He was third on the team. He had 13 assists, only one behind Guillermo Jara. He had 5 goals. Here's a foul called against USD and a Stanford player down. Injury to Ryan Collins. He looks like he'll be okay. Free kick to be taken by Randy Mann. And ball with the feet of Robert Brophy. Brophy will try to get a shot off, but can't get it by the USD defense. The stands are packed tonight. Less than 10 minutes in the first half. There's a few headers. And now it's going to go to Stanford, but USD has a little more breathing room. They've got a lot of breathing room because it's on Stanford's half of the field, and they're going to take it all the way back to the goalie. Going to start from scratch.
Cops come up, yeah, staying after business.
The winner of this game will play at UCLA. And almost a misinterpretation of the play by the goalie. Could have led to disastrous results, but Garlick was able to recover. Garlick has a goals against average of 0.906. He allowed 8 goals in 795 minutes. And there is almost a goal. Kevin Legg brought it forward. Adair at the very end. Emil Joaquim was unable to get it past the defense. He's limping a little bit. That was not Joaquim, that was Jara who's limping a little bit. That's a concern. But he's going to take the corner kick, so.
Come on, guys.
Joaquim's number 8, he's on the far side. Jara's number 9, he's taking the corner kick. Obviously healthy enough to take the corner kick. That's a good sign for USD, despite the limp that he had. And it's batted away. USD will take the ball now. There is Taitano.
Offside.
And that's the first offside against USD. It's late in the first half. There's still no score. This is the first round of the NCAA playoff game. The winner will play at UCLA next weekend. UCLA has a bye. USD has faced the Bruins once before in Westwood. They lost in 1990 in overtime. USD has
Free kick Stanford.
not played a home game in its previous playoff experience. They are 1-1 on the road. They beat Portland on the road in 1990. USD was 9-2 at home this year, including an 8-2 record in Torero Stadium. They played one game in the Valley Stadium across the street. That's where they played until 1989, and they started playing a few games at Torero Stadium. And now they play almost all of their games at the, quote, football field, unquote. In fact, the soccer and the basketball team were responsible for the football team being bumped up to Division I. The NCAA instituted a new rule that teams could no longer be Division I in some sports and Division II or III in others. And given the choice between bumping the soccer and basketball programs back down to Division III or bumping the football programs to Division I, the Torero Athletic Department decided to move up to Division I. And there's a shot, and it's high!
Shot by Jeremy Hara. Goal kick Stanford.
Worm O'Hara just missed. just high. Stanford with the goal kick. 0-0. Little over 5 minutes left in the first half. Wasn't from point blank range, wasn't an open net. Hara really can't blame himself, but I'm sure he's disappointed. Now we'll see USD's character. Can they come back from this missed opportunity? Is it going to affect them? Apparently not. There's Chugger Adair. Unable to get the ball to his teammate. There's Stanford, a little lapse. In fact, two USD defenders almost collide with each other. But a third USD player gets the ball and gives it to the fourth USD player, that is the goalie. So USD has control of the ball. Long punt. It's headed but to Stanford. And it's going to be a throw-in for Stanford, apparently. Linesman does have the discretion of determining the last player who touches the ball. Stanford once again trying to center the ball. It's going to be batted away by Garlick to Joel Russell. Russell, the shot wide to the left. Goal kick, USD. One thing you will notice in the years to come is an improvement in the lighting at Torero Stadium. USD Athletics has gone, quote, big time, unquote. Their basketball team was Division II. They went Division I in the late 1970s. And now a little whistle, heavy whistle by the referee. And a yellow card issued. Card issued to Scott Farley, apparently. So it'll be a free kick for Stanford. And offsides.
Offside Stanford.
Soccer program has boomed over the past few years. This is Seamus McFadden's 14th year. He had a few losing seasons at the beginning. He finally brought his career record above 500. He's won 118 games and lost 117. So a win here will ensure that he ends the 1992 season above 500.
Stanford foul, free kick, USD.
And Lindquist to Jara. Jara tried to kick it in, could not get his foot on the ball. A flood of Stanford defenders prevented any opportunity.
USD foul, free kick Stanford.
And approximately 1 minute left in the half. The scoreboard clock has been shut off. A clock on the sidelines reads 52 seconds. The referee will make the final determination. 0-0. quite probably will end this half at 0-0.
Offside, Stanford.
The offsides call against Stanford. The clock is stopped for injuries, for yellow and red cards, and for penalty kicks. It is not stopped for out of bounds or for offsides. There's Arthur. USD is deliberate. They are not playing hurry up. They know they've got another 45 minutes. They don't need a goal this half. And now a yellow card has been issued to Arthur.
No, we're not going to make the referee red. We're not going to lose his ticket.
And a confrontation. Few words between the referee. In fact, he may throw a couple of players out of the game. Stanford is very upset. And a yellow card has been issued to Randy Mann of Stanford. Some considerable dissent. Considerable dissent among the Cardinal. Remember, the clock is stopped, whatever time is left in the first half. Mann is still arguing with the referee. That's an easy way to get a red card.
You got yellow and black.
Coming into the contest for USD, number 18, Steve Shipley, replacing number 4, Kevin Arthur.
Arthur will go out. Steve Shipley will come in for the last few seconds of the half.
I got the win like that.
Stanford was not too happy about that call, but not much that can be done.
Number 6
And we're back in action, and that's the end of the first half. There were just a couple of seconds left. Carmen Donofrio has left the field with an injury. He'll have 15 minutes to recover. Randy Mann will have 15 minutes to cool down. Hands the ball to the referee.
Spectators, please remain off the playing surface.
And we have 45 minutes left. We'll be back for the second half action. The score, Stanford 0, USD 0.
Minute cooling off period. Spectators are not permitted on the playing field during that 10-minute period.
Langeman Productions presents the second half of the first round of NCAA playoff soccer. I'm Joe Naiman for George Langeman Productions. Welcome back to Torero Stadium. This is the second half of the USD Stanford game. There was no score in the first half. The two teams have switched sides. Stanford will be shooting at the west goal this time. USD will be shooting at the east goal.
Nice give and go. Run.
And there's a nice give and go, but to no avail.
At the start of the second half, Stanford substitution number 5, Jim Saludo, replacing number 8, Carmen Donofrio.
There is Stanford's goalie, Kyle Kerpata. Kerpata is one of two players on the Stanford team from Northern California, the other being Mark Walker from Ross, California. Kerpata is from Saratoga, California. Went to Bellarmine Prep High School. I guess Bellarmine Prep School. There are 3 other Californians on the roster for Stanford. Jason Keys from San Diego, Randy Mann from Riverside, and Sean Lee from Manhattan Beach. And there is Guerrero pass, and he is offside. David Beal is offside.
Offside, San Diego.
Which explains why he was so wide open. Stanford with the ball. There is Jason Vanacour. Vanacour passes it to midfield to Jim Toledo. And now to the sidelines. It's going to be kicked away. That was Adair who kicked it away, kicked it all the way into the Stanford half of the field. Little breathing room, but not anymore. Shot is wide by Ryan Collins. And goal kick for the Toreros. You talked about the defense, only one goalie, and that was Garlick, who needed to make a save in the first half. Krapata did not need to make a save. Again, that was a tribute to the defenses of the 2 squads and no mark against either of the offenses. Almost 5 minutes, in fact, maybe 3.5 minutes into the second half. We've seen a lot of action, but no goals. This game may go into overtime. If it need be, it'll be a 30-minute overtime. And then if need be, we'll go into sudden death overtime. And after 2 sudden death overtimes, if it's still tied, then we'll go into penalty kicks. But Colin Lindoris and Seamus McFadden, their respective teams, want to end this game in regulation and in their favor. Well, they prefer to end it in their favor more so than ending it in regulation, but they prefer to win it in the first 90 minutes. There's Collins again. He's got a man on. He's got 2 men on. It's going to be taken away. There's Lindquist to Legg. Here's Kevin Legg. It's going to be taken away again. And Streisek has the ball now. Streisek, he shoots. It's blocked. And out of bounds. Throw in Toreros. And a whistle blows, so Stanford will get a free kick. They still have the opportunity to reorganize, have possession of the ball. And they have it across the half of the field. Battle for the ball, and it's going to be won by Stanford. Throw in for the Cardinal. And a whistle. Talked about USD football moving into big time. Stanford has a football celebration of its own this year, the 100th anniversary of the big game between Stanford and Berkeley. First played in 1892. In fact, that was the first game played between 2 teams of what is currently the Pac-10 Conference. The conference designations are a bit different in soccer than they are in other sports. Stanford is in a new athletic conference, in fact a 16-team athletic conference with 2 divisions, which also includes San Diego State. Covers the Mountain and Pacific teams. USD is in the West Coast Conference, which covers most of their basketball affiliations, but not all.
Corner kick, USD.
Stanford went 5-2 in its conference play. USD went 4-1. And the corner kick to be taken by Titano. It's headed over the net. Adair a little disappointed, but he got the shot off. There's another soccer coach in this county, Derek Armstrong, who once commented on missed opportunities. He said, as long as you make the opportunities, eventually one of them is going to go into the goal. Armstrong, for the first time in years, did not take his UCSD men to the Division III playoffs. The UCSD women are in the Division III finals this weekend in upstate New York. And with the ball is Ricky Goad. Goad tries to get a shot off. It is unsuccessful. It's blocked. And Yara with the ball. He's going to try to get past his defensive. Doesn't get past the defense, but it's out of bounds, so it'll be a throw-in. There's Chugger Adair. Some very dangerous players. There were 4 players on the team that had at least 20 points. 7 players on the team with at least 10 points. Throw in for the Toreros. And a header, and headed away, back to USD, attempted bicycle kick, and it's ruled
Offside, San Diego.
Ruled offsides. So Guillermo Jara made a nice try for that ball, but unfortunately for him, there were 2 defenders between him and the goal. Kripata had a 0.99 goals against average. So Kripata had a 0.99 and Garlic had a 0.90. Garlic made 38 saves on the season. Kripata made 54. Both teams had a habit of outscoring their opposition, a prerequisite to make it to the playoffs. USD scored 61 goals and allowed 27. Stanford scored 40 goals and allowed 21. And there's Guillermo Jara again down the sidelines. And tries to bring it in. He's tripped. Looks like it'll be called just outside the box.
Free kick, San Diego.
So just outside the box. Free kick, it's headed away. And goes to Stephen Shipley will go out of bounds for a goal kick. Goal kick across midfield, headed away and out of bounds, so Stanford will get the ball just a little short of midfield. Now it's headed out of bounds to USD. Throw in, down the sideline, soft throw in, headed out of bounds, and USD will get possession.
Foul on Stanford. Free kick San Diego.
Called a foul on Stanford, so it'll be a free kick for the Toreros. And the Toreros were offside, so the benefits of that free kick has been negated. There's about 30 minutes left in the second half. This is for the record, in case this game goes into overtime. USD has played 4 overtime matches. 3 of their 4 losses were overtime. They are 1-3 in overtime. Stanford has played 4 overtime matches. They are 0-2-2.
USD foul, free kick Stanford.
So both teams with trouble in overtime. Conversely, it means that USD is 14-1 in games won in regulation. And Stanford has the ball. But, according to referee George Ncaa, it was not obtained legitimately. George Ncaa is the referee today. His brother Nabil is one of the linesmen, and Kelly Mock is the other linesman.
USD foul, free kick Stanford.
And for Nabil Ncaa, his hometown community of Pine Valley suffered a big soccer loss when Mountain Empire High School dropped its soccer program in the wake of budget cuts. Mountain Empire, a member of the 1A Coastal League. The CIF lost 9 high school programs, different boys and girls programs, to the budget cuts this year. All but Mountain Empire were in the San Diego City schools. But most of the city schools decided that they would play on even without funding. Among them, the alma mater of USD's Manny Rodriguez, San Diego High School, and the alma mater of USD's James Wang Mission Bay High School. In fact, it was San Diego High School's Milton Hidalgo who was the primary force in maintaining soccer, self-funded soccer in the San Diego City schools. Milton, in fact, will be organizing a tournament winter tournament for the San Diego City schools. And Jason Key's high school, Sarah High School, also survives. So. Throw in for USD. Getting back to the colleges now. And a kick that was blocked by the face of Joel Russell. He can use his face, it's legal. Just hurts. And Chuck right here with a shot is blocked. Rebound attempt. It's blocked again. Shot is good! Kevin Legg with the goal on the rebound. minutes into the game, Kevin Lake puts a rebound into the net. The score, USD 1, Stanford 0. So Stanford now has approximately 28 minutes to try to tie the game. USD has a 1-0 lead. Kevin Legg had 2 goals in the regular season. This one is just as important as either of the others. And USD has the ball now, trying not to get careless. And there's Guillermo Jara. He had a hand in keeping the ball down there. Excellent follow-up led to the USD goal.
The USD goal, his 3rd of the year, scored by number 17, Kevin Legg. The assist to number 9, Guillermo Jara, and number 18, Steve Shipley. Time of the goal, 61:58. Again, the goal, Kevin Legg, his 3rd, assisted by Steve Shipley and Guillermo Jara. The time of the goal, 61:58. USD leads 1-0.
The time of the goal has been declared to be 61:58. So Legg with the goal assist from Guillermo Jara and Steve Shipley. This is Legg's 3rd goal. His 1st goal was the game-winning goal against Florida International, where USD won 2-1. His 2nd goal was the middle goal against St. Mary's, and USD won that game 3-2. So both of Legg's other goals were in USD 1-goal victories. A very crucial play. USD now has the momentum. USD was not shut out all year. Stanford was shut out 4 times. They lost to Washington 1-0 twice. They lost to South Florida 1-0. They lost to Cal State Sacramento 2-0. Here's Guillermo Jara. So he now has the regional scoring lead with 39 points with that assist. Wasn't a goal, but for him, he doesn't care. For Chugger Adair, who is now number 2, he doesn't care either. He'd rather have the lead. And Adair and Jara will be picking up more goals if they have any say in it. Here's Adair right now, the pass to Jara. He's got 1 defender, can he break it? He shoots, it's blocked! And Titano with the rebound. Doug Berry fell down trying to get the rebound. Titano got the rebound but was unable to capitalize. It's taken by a Stanford defender, kicked out of bounds, USD throw-in. And the ball once again to USD. There's Lindquist. He will get it back to his goalie. USD has about 25 minutes to run out the clock. USD did not get shut out all season. They shut out 5 opponents. They defeated Michigan State 4-0. They defeated Loyola Marymount 6-0. They defeated Cal State Dominguez Hills in California 3-0 in consecutive games. And they defeated Portland 3-0.
San Diego foul. Free kick Stanford.
Foul call on the Toreros.
Two red free kicks.
Free kick taken by Sean Lieb. And Stanford still with the ball. And now it's blocked by Wermohara.
All right, Chief.
Throw in. Down the sidelines. Adair tries to head it. And now it goes back to Garlic.
Is there a delay game call when you're still on?
Stanford was a member of the Mountain Pacific Sports Federation. That is a new conference. It was its first year. They were a member of the Northern Division, which got them opponents such as Washington and Oregon State. A few of their traditional Pac-10 rivals. And there is Wermohara. Oh, Hara is kicked. Hara was down. Sean Lieb put his foot on Hara. A lot of dissent from the stands. But the sides play on. Hara's going to take it. Question of intentionality. Hara doesn't seem that upset as Sean Lieb. It'll be a free kick for Stanford. And headed away. Stanford with the ball once again. And David Beal with the key play, preventing a breakaway. Throw in for Stanford. This time there's a few more white shirts back there. It's cleared. It'll go out of bounds and Stanford will get it. Stanford actually has more players from Oregon than they do from Northern California on the roster. So the win over Portland gave the Toreros the conference title. In fact, the two teams tied with 4-1 records, but because of head-to-head competition, USD. And there's a kick, it's blocked! Les Killian shot, and Scott Garlic made a body block to save what could be the game for USD. Saved definitely a goal and quite possibly the game. Less than 20 minutes left.
Shot of the captain's arms in the fellow grounds in there.
Oh, they got it on the clock finally.
And there's Garlic. Taking the goal kick. Got a big cheer from the crowd. And Stanford once again. There is Jason Vanacour trying to get the ball. He's got trouble. They're going to pass it back. Long kick, and will be taken by Garlick. Garlick went to Brophy Prep in Scottsdale, Arizona. He played 10 games this year, 795 minutes. 70 shots were taken against him. He made 38 saves and allowed 8 goals. The rest were shots but not on goal, or were blocked by defenders. He has a 9-1 record. USD's only conference loss and overtime loss to Santa Clara. That was a 3-2 game. USD's highest scoring game of the season, a 9-1 victory over Gonzaga. Stanford's highest, a 6-1 victory over San Jose State.
Goal kick, San Diego. Once again, this reminder, ladies and gentlemen, the time appearing on the scoreboard clock is unofficial. The official time being kept on the sideline.
And public address announcer John Rollo reminds us that the time on the scoreboard is unofficial. The clock on the sideline is more accurate. And there's Tritano trying to get the breakaway. Barry trying to get the ball. He's blocked by a couple of defenders. No obstruction. They weren't playing the man. They were playing the ball. So what's Stanford going to do now? They need a goal. Are they going to get desperate? Are they going to move their players up front? Or are they going to play it safe and try to keep it a one-goal game until they can get the opportunity? Here's Scott Farley of USD keeping the ball out of enemy feet. That 9-1 game was the previous 2 points of Steve Shipley. He had, or previous 3 points of Steve Shipley. He had 1 goal and 1 assist. He now has 2 assists and a very crucial one. And there is Guillermo Hara from Beal. Hara to Tritano to Barry. Barry has body blocked. Rebound. Hara kicked away by Stanford. And a whistle now. And it'll be taken very harmlessly by Garlick. Harmless, yes. Easy, no. And Tritano passes it to his teammate. Stanford with the ball. There's Sean Lieb. Lieb centers, and it's kicked away during the pass. But back to Stanford. That's Jason Vanacour. To Russell. Back to Vanacour. Here's Sean Lieb with the ball. Lieb to Niels Bruckner. And a long pass. And Streisig will not get it, but he's still playing very good defense. He's beaten. They're driving it in. The center. The shot. Just high. Jim Toludo with the shot just high. A very lucky break with 13 minutes left. An unlucky 13 minutes for Stanford.
Replacing number 3, Joel Russell.
Yes, Alex.
So Alex Streisik got beaten, but credit him for staying so long on his man. There's a save by Garlick. May not be scored as a save. It's probably more of a long pass than a shot. And a throw-in called. And a header. And Collins' header is taken by Garlick. Garlick trying to position his team, and we're down a few seconds. About 12 and a half minutes left. USD has a 1-0 lead. And Collins going for the ball. On him is David Beal. Collins still with the ball. And now Ricky Goad with the ball. And it's wide.
Goal kick San Diego.
Goal kick for the Toreros. Stanford starting to be a little more aggressive offensively. A lot more aggressive offensively. They can no longer afford to wait for the perfect opportunity. They've got to take a few chances now. Along the sidelines, that was Randy Mann passing it back to the sidelines, and there is Niels Bruckner. Niels to Sean Lieb, to Mann, and it'll be taken away by Adair. No, Adair can't keep control of it. Ricky Goad has the ball, shot, save, Scott Garlick.
Scott Garlick for San Diego.
Goad is from Tyler, Texas, went to Robert E. Lee High School. And there is David Beal. Beal, the pass to Barry. And Barry can't capitalize on it. Here's Mann. USD is a little more defensive oriented now. They'd like that second goal, but they'll settle for a 1-0 win. They're more concerned about keeping Stanford off the scoring column than adding to their own. If they add to their own, they've got a little more breathing room. Little over 10 minutes left in the game. And by the time Garlick gets through distributing the ball, in fact, it's a goal kick. So by the time the goal kick's taken, there will be under 10 minutes left. And it's over the head of David Beal, but goes back to USD. Hara's alone up front. Chugger Adair, the forward, is playing more of a midfield position now. He's playing back. They're counting on his defense. There is Kevin Legg, the goal scorer, whose pass is blocked. And a foul is called on Guillermo Jara. Potential breakaway, a foul was called on Jara. Free kick for Stanford. And George Nugent getting some criticism from the hometown crowd. Stanford has less than 9 minutes to score the equalizer. The winner will advance to UCLA next week. USD hoping to avenge its 1990 playoff loss to UCLA. USD also hoping to avenge one of its regular season losses. They lost to UCLA 2-1 in overtime earlier this year. And a very high kick. And another high kick by Ricky Goad will go out of bounds.
Offside, Stanford.
And an offsides was called, so even if it stayed inbounds, it would have been USD's ball.
USD substitution number 8, Emil Joachim, replacing number 17, Kevin Legg.
And Kevin Legg, the goal scorer, has left the game. Emil Joachim has come on for Legg. The emphasis now on USD will be fresh legs. They don't want to allow the game-tying goal due to a defensive lapse. They have some depth on the bench. They're going to use it. Hara's still in. He's still up front. And that ball went off Titano, so it'll be a throw-in for Stanford. And Stanford's probably just as tired, but they need their top guns in right now. Here's Randy Mann, the kick, out of bounds, goal kick, USD.
San Diego.
Stanford has become much more aggressive offensively. Not much more aggressive physically. They've still maintained their good sportsmanship, but they are much more aggressive offensively. They need a goal. They know it. USD knows it. The action now will be on USD's half of the field. USD has very few men up front. They're keeping their men in back. There's one of them right now. David Beal kicks it. Streisig trips. And Mann with the ball. Mann, the pass, it's broken up. Sugar Adair broke up the pass. Kicked it back to his goalie. A key defensive play. Had Adair not done that, Garlick might have had a mess. And there's Hara. Hara, can he get it by his defense? Yes, he can. He shoots. It's wide.
Attempt by Guillermo Hara. Corner kick.
Hara got the ball, but he was not able to let it land on the ground before he had to let go of it. He shot the ball while the ball was still in the air. Shot was a little off. Still 1-0. But USD has the one. And a header. Lindquist, little
Header attempt by Roger Lindquist.
Little high.
Stanford.
Goal kick for the Cardinal. Little over 5 minutes in the game now. Stanford is running out of time. USD won its first 3 games of the year by 1-goal margins. They have won 7 games this year by 1 goal, but this could be a 2-goal game. A breakaway. Yes, it is a breakaway. The shot! And at the score! Stephen Shipley, his 2nd goal of the season, is now 2-0. At 85-27, USD leads 2-0.
Shipley. The assist to number 11, Doug Barry. And number 16, David Beal. Time of the goal, 85-16. Shipley from Barry and Beal at 85-16. San Diego leads 2-0.
So this goal was scored at 85-16. It was the second goal of the season for Shipley. The goal scorers today have not been the leading offensive players. This shows that USD does have considerable depth. They don't just have one or two threats, they have several threats. Barry and Beal with the assist. For Barry, his 7th assist. For Beal, his 4th assist. And that moves Barry into a tie for 3rd on the team scoring list. Taitano and Barry each have 23 points, and another breakaway. Guillermo Hara. That's another goal! At 86-41, Guillermo Hara with a breakaway goal. USD leads 3-0. Nine. So USD got their goal, their insurance goal, and then some. 2 goals in 1 minute and 25 seconds.
San Diego goal, his 13th of the season, scored by number 9, Guillermo Hara. The assist to number 18, Steve Shipley.
And Shipley got
86-41.
Shipley got the assist. Shipley had 1 goal and 1 assist coming into tonight. He has 1 goal and 2 assists tonight. So what a time for Shipley to make his showing. Shipley only started 1 game all year. He only played 9 of the 19 regular season games. Shipley's a sophomore, but he will be back next year, and he will probably have a very key role on the team. For Guillermo Hara, his 13th goal, he now has 41 points this year. And there's Toby Taitano. USD is still pressing. Shipley shanks it, but nobody cares at this point. Shipley's earned his keep. Nobody can say Steve Shipley had a bad night. Less than 2 minutes in the game. It is very unlikely that Stanford will score 3 goals. USD will almost certainly face UCLA. Interestingly enough, when UCLA beat USD, the player who scored the winning goal for UCLA was Philip Button, a transfer from USD. Button ironically scored the winning goal for USD a couple of years ago when they played UCLA.
Please remain off the playing surface once the game is completed. There's a 10-minute cooling off period. Please remain off the playing surface after the completion of the game. Thank you.
Ironically, Button's dad is the team doctor for USD. So it's a friendly rivalry.
Let Jugger score!
And it's one that the 2 teams hope to continue, especially in the postseason. So Guillermo Hara put the 3rd goal into the net for USD, but a couple of players who may play key roles in the future. Kevin Legg, a junior, and Steve Shipley, a sophomore. Gave USD what is now an insurmountable lead. Less than 30 seconds left in the game. Stanford still pressing. They've got the ball. They're centering it. They're going to try to score 1 goal for face. There's Ricky Go. The shot is going to be wide. Time is ticking off, less than 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and USD will win this game 3-0. They will advance to the second round of the NCAA playoffs. They will have a rematch with UCLA in Westwood next weekend. They will play Sunday afternoon, November 22nd, in Westwood.
Security, please escort the spectators.
So the Toreros scored late, but they scored often. They scored their first goal at 61-58. Kevin Legg got a rebound after assist from Shipley and Guillermo Jara. They had the 1-0 goal. They cushioned it with less than 5 minutes left. Shipley on a breakaway. Assist from Barry and Beal. And then a minute and 25 seconds later, Jara scored the third goal of the game, an assist from Shipley. Here's USD right now celebrating its victory. They've got their hands raised. There's going to be a 10-minute cooling off period, and then we'll go down the field for some interviews. USD advances. They are now 2-1 lifetime in postseason. This is Joe Naiman for George Landsman Productions, and we will be down in the field with post-game interviews very... This is Joe Naiman for George Landsman Productions. We have Steve Shipley, who has been carried off the field. He is the hero of this game. Steve, congratulations.
Thanks, sir.
You picked a key game to make your showing.
Yes, I've been waiting all the time to play in the tournament. So this game was just what I've been waiting for a very long time.
You think this will help you play a key role in the team next year and the year after?
Yes, I'm looking forward to it, but right now we're just worrying about this year.
Steve, you're from St. Louis originally. What made you decide to go to USD?
Well, San Diego was a nice place to go to school. It's a beautiful school. Right when I came to the campus, I knew I wanted to come here.
Well, let's talk a little about that first goal. You came in the half. You had a key role in setting up the first goal. You want to tell us a little about that?
Well, the first goal came out on a volley. I wanted to crank it, but the guy came out to me too far, so I just looked to my right, saw the guy open, just kind of rolled it to him, and he was able to finish, get the cross off.
And then the second goal was your highlight, your own goal, your second goal of the season.
I was thinking for a while that if we could just get a breakaway, it'd blow the game open. Fortunately, I came busting through. The guy fended off that guy and was able to just put it away. Once I was there, there wasn't much to it, just enough to put it away.
Congratulations, Steve. Yeah, great goal, as everybody's saying. Steve Shipley being mobbed. Good luck against UCLA,
Thank
Steve.
you.
Joe Naiman for George Landsman Productions. We're here with Scott Garlick, the goalie. Scott, the 6th shutout of the season. What a time to get it.
Yeah, that's my job, I guess. I was just doing my job. Didn't do anything special, just doing my job back there.
Did you feel that you had your defense played a key role in keeping you?
Yeah, just like last game. You know, I only had to make, 3 or 4 saves tonight. My defense played very well tonight as well as Portland. Portland didn't have to make any saves. I mean, I don't have to do anything back there. It makes my job very easy.
How do you rate the Stanford offense?
Very, very potent. They were very close, maybe a pass or two away from getting really good shots on goal. But I think our defense shut them down again, once again, just like Portland.
Did you make any special preparations for them?
No. We knew coming in who their strong players were, and we had them marked up the whole game, and that basically shut them down.
Well, congratulations, and good luck against UCLA.
Thank you very much.
Joe Naiman for George Landsman Productions. We're here with Seamus McFarland, Seamus McFadden, the coach of USD. Congratulations,
Thank
Seamus.
you, thank you.
You've now won both first-round playoff games you participated in.
Yeah, it was a big win for us tonight. We obviously won 3-0, but we didn't play as well as I thought we were capable of playing, and that concerned me a little bit. But we're a team that's always able to score goals, and we've averaged 3 a game all year, and we've banged in 3 today.
Well, you beat Portland 3-0. This year you beat them 3-0 in the first round of the 1990 playoffs.
In 1990 we beat them 4-2 actually.
4-2. Okay.
Yeah, it was 4-2.
My apologies. Seamus, what do you think about the UCLA game? Do you think you're going to make any special preparations for them?
Well, UCLA are obviously a very, very good team, and they always have been. the road through the West is always through Westwood, and but you know, we played them down here at the beginning of the year, and I thought possession-wise we did very well against them, and we went into overtime, and I thought they got a lucky bounce near the end, and that was the difference really in that game. But statistically, I thought we actually outshot them, and you know, that's the way it goes. But we'll be ready to play them.
This is the first home playoff game ever played at USD. Did you feel any special, or?
Well, this is very gratifying for me because I've been here for 14 years, and we used to play way over on the other side of campus and get a couple of hundred spectators. For us to have this, and for the town to support us like this, and the USD community, it's great.
You got support from the big guns like Guerma. On the other hand, your key goals came from Shipley and Legg, who were...
Well, everybody this year seemed to step up for us when we needed them to, and that's, you know, that's a sign of a good team.
So what's that going to do to your plans for next year?
No plans. We've got most of the kids coming back, but you know, we're going to continue to recruit good players, and you know, my goals are to get to the Final Four, maybe win an Ncaa championship. So those are my personal goals.
Well, congratulations, Seamus, and good luck against UCLA.
Thank you so much.
So in the first round of the NCAA playoffs, USD relies on 3 goals, 2 very late in the game to defeat Stanford, 3-0. They will advance to the second round against UCLA Sunday, November 22nd. For George Landsman Productions, this is Joe Neiman. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's game. We'll see you later.
I did pretty good and stuff.
Yeah, that's quite a game. What about when you're not playing baseball after the season's over? You gonna play some other sports?
Basketball.
All right. What position you play? Forward?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Okay. Any players that you idolize when it comes to baseball or basketball when you watch TV?
No, I don't know.
No. I mean, what about collecting cards or things like that when you're not playing sports? What are the things that you enjoy doing?
I like to collect basketball cards.
What's your favorite card that you have right now?
Michael Jordan.
It's a great card to have. Any card that you don't have you'd like to get in the near future?
I don't know.
All right. Pretty content with the ones you have. Okay. Thanks for joining us. Good game, Mike. Good luck the rest of the way. All right. We'll get your name, what position you play today.
Nate Bestel, today, right field.
Okay. But, Nate, we talked about you during the broadcast. 13-0 victory against Solana Beach. You pitch a no-hitter going into the 6th inning. You only give up 1 hit. You must have felt like you were in control the whole game. Talk to us a little bit about that game and what was going through your mind throughout the game.
Not really anything, just getting through the innings and striking people out.
Just taking it one batter at a time.
Yeah.
Okay, you're a great pitcher. We talked about how you've had over 90 strikeouts on the year, a productive season. What game sticks out in your mind, aside from the one the other day against Solana Beach during the regular season, that was the best game for you, and why?
When we played the Orioles, and I went 4 for 4 with a home run, 2 triples, and a double.
Beautiful.
And I pitched a shutout.
Great, okay. It's a well-rounded game. Okay, what about you? You're a great athlete. I'm sure you're going to play some other sports after baseball's finished. What are you going to do next?
I've been playing basketball, I guess, maybe football.
Okay. All right. And when you're not playing sports and you want to just relax and do things for quiet time, what are some of the things you enjoy at home?
I don't know, probably
collecting things or doing?
Collecting cards, I guess.
What cards do you like to collect? What sport?
Baseball.
What are the favorite cards that you have?
King Griffey Jr. cards. Nolan Ryan.
All right. When it comes to collecting, usually there's a card that you don't have that you have your eye on. Anything in particular you think you'd like to get in the near future?
No.
Okay. So another player content with all the cards he has. All right, Nate. Good to see you, and good luck the rest of the way, okay? All right, we'll get your name, what position you played.
Ryan Jeffcoat, and I play shortstop and third base.
Okay. Now, was I saying it right when all of a sudden in your last plate appearance you got up to switch hit? Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Talk to me about that. What made you want to do that? Have you been practicing that during the regular season?
Yes, I've been practicing a lot, but I was going to get up righty, and then my dad yelled, hit lefty, so
Good.
I got up and hit lefty, and I got hit
Good.
right in the back.
I know that. But keep doing that. It's a good talent to have to be able to go both ways like that. That's going to help you in the future. But talk to me, asking all your teammates, a memorable game that sticks out in the year as being your favorite, where you went home and said, hey, this was my best game. Talk to me about that game.
Well, the second game of the season against the Rangers, I hit my first season home run.
Wow. Okay.
And that was exciting.
As soon as it left the bat, did you know it was gone? Talk to me about the hit and where it went.
Left field, yeah, right as soon as I hit it, I knew it was gone.
Just got a great part of the bat on it. Okay. Okay, what about other sports for you? What are you going to do next after baseball?
Soccer.
Soccer. What position you play? Like playing up front in the forwards or back in the goalie
Play
position? Midfield. Okay, good. You guys are all well-rounded athletes. How you doing in school?
Good.
Everyone has a favorite class, and everyone has one they dread. What's your favorite class? We'll start with that.
Math.
Okay. What about one that you don't like going to? Like I used to hate social studies for some reason. What's the one that you feel is kind of a challenge for you?
Well, science.
Science. Okay. Any science projects coming up? Have you done anything yet this year?
Well, I'm in summer school science.
Good. Okay. Yeah, that'll help you a lot. Well, keep doing well in school and keep playing sports. Thanks for joining us. All right. All right. We'll get your name. What position you played?
I'm Joey Proust. I play mainly second base.
Okay. Now, also, you went in at the end of the ball game to pitch. We noticed, we mentioned during the broadcast that you have that high knee kick. Does that help you throw the ball with a little bit more authority? Where did that come from?
Well, that's just how I pitch. I just learned that. I guess I just pitched that way.
Okay.
And I just kept with it.
All right. Let's talk about this game, then we'll talk about the season. A play in today's game that sticks out in your mind that you felt good about it, maybe at the plate or defensively?
Probably the first hit I got. It was a nice line shot over the shortstop.
Feels good, doesn't it, when you get up there and you make good contact and you have confidence the rest of the way. Talk to me about a memorable game for you. Asking all your teammates, because you guys are all all-stars, so everyone's got a good game that sticks out in their mind that's their best on the whole year. What was your best game?
Oh, I don't really know. Probably the whole season.
Yeah.
Because, well, we won first place. So.
Exactly.
Well, probably the game I went like, it was either like 4 for 4, 3 for 3, something like that.
Yeah, you guys have an awesome offensive team, well, defensively as well, but you score in double figures, it seems like, almost every game. How does it feel great? How does it feel playing with such a group of talented people?
Well, it feels great because you get to play with a lot of talent, and so you get to exceed your talent.
Exactly. What about other sports for you? What are you going to do next?
Play football, then basketball, then baseball again.
Okay, great.
Because I play baseball year-round.
All right, good. Out of all the sports, what's your favorite? Do you have one, or do you just pretty much like them all the same?
One sport, baseball.
Okay, good. All right. Okay, thanks for joining us. Well-rounded guy. You take it easy. All right, Joey. All right, we'll get your name and what position you played on the year.
Ben Davidson, and I'm a pitcher.
Okay. All right. Let's start with this. Everyone has a favorite game on the year. Anyone this year that sticks out in your mind?
Well, last game I played, it was against the first-place team, and I mean, we just pitched great, and my team really hit, so I kind of like that one.
Good. Okay. Exactly. Your team helps you, and that feels good when that happens. Another one of the athletes, I'm sure, that plays other sports. Do you play others as well as baseball?
Yeah, I'm a basketball player.
Okay.
I play guard.
Great. Okay. All right. When you watch the guys in the NBA, like the Dream Team, are there certain players that you really try to epitomize yourself after, you try to be like?
Well, want to be like Mike. Well, no, my favorite player is Charles Barkley.
Yeah, he's a good idol to have because, I mean, he has, you know, some things happen off the court, but on the court he goes 100% and he always works very, very hard, so he's a good idol to have. So what are you going to do when you're not playing sports and you want to just relax and have fun with your brothers and sisters? What are some of the fun things for you?
I don't know, I like movies and I just mostly watch television.
Okay, what's your favorite TV show? You like watching comedies on TV or movies? What do you like watching? Or a series?
I like movies mostly.
Right. Okay. Do you have a favorite movie of all time?
Silence of the Lambs.
Yes, excellent movie, got good taste. All right, well-rounded guy, take it easy. All right, your name and what position you played?
Steve Guthrie, and I played shortstop.
Okay. Steve, you've had a great year. We talked about how you led the league in batting with over 500. Has to feel great. Aside from today's game, let's talk about the season. What game stands out in your mind when you must have had like a multi-hit game? Any one game in particular?
Yeah, I was playing the Red Sox, and I threw a one-hitter or two-hitter, and went 5 for 5.
Great, okay. We followed you in football, am I right? Yeah, you're one of those other multi-talented athletes that play a lot of different sports. Okay. Best part about today's game that you feel good about?
I think the bunt that I got on at first and got thrown over to second.
Okay. Good. You guys are all unselfish, always thinking about your teammates, and I think that's what makes you guys such a special team, you know. How does it feel? I was asking some of your teammates, how does it feel playing with such a talented group of players?
Well, it feels pretty good because, you know, when you throw the ball, they're probably going to catch it. It's not like Little League where they drop the ball even if you throw it to them right at them.
Yeah. Okay. Now, aside from baseball, we know you play football, and the other things you do, because you're, I mean, such a great athlete, I'm sure you must do other things as well. What else? What other sports or fun things do you do?
Well, I'm going to start up playing basketball this year, and
Okay.
I'm not going to play football anymore, though. I'm still going to play baseball.
Good. That might save your body a little bit. When it comes to basketball, you think you might come down the court being the point guard and maybe like over on the side being the shooting guard? Have you thought about that yet? What might be your favorite position in basketball?
No, not at all.
You just go where the coach can use you. What about players that you idolize when you watch the pros in any sport? Who are your favorite athletes?
Well, I think Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Kind of like that dream team. Was it fun watching them?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
All right, you guys are all a lot of fun yourselves. You take care. Good. All right, as we keep it rolling here, we'll get your name, what position you played on the year.
I'm Chad Huber, and I play right field, left field, and catcher.
Okay. Talk, Chad, first about this game. Most memorable play, whether at the plate or out in the field. What was it for you?
Well, it was a 2 home runs day.
Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That would stand out in my mind. What about best game on the whole year for you? What was the game for you?
We were playing the Yankees, and there was 2 outs, bases loaded, and last time at bat when we were down by like 2 or 3, and I hit a grand slam.
Wow. So you got the job done in the clutch. I mean, were you a little bit nervous being in that situation, or did you feel good about it? Some players, they feel confident. Some players get a little bit nervous, and they still get the job done. But what was going through your mind as the pitch was coming in? Do you remember that far back?
Well, I was like trying for the home run. So.
Okay.
And then I just felt real confident.
Beautiful. That's good. And you have good size now. Do you use your good size and athletic ability to benefit you in other sports?
Well, all I mostly play is baseball.
Okay.
So.
All right. You collect cards and things like that of different baseball players?
Yeah.
What are some of the favorite cards you have?
I have Jose Canseco cards and Nolan Ryan cards.
Right. I've asked 2 of your teammates if they had a card, or that if they didn't have a card that they want to get soon. I mean, you must be thinking of maybe another card or 2 that you might want to add to your collection. Have you thought about that at all?
Not really. So. Well, the kind of card I would mostly get was like Jose Canseco rookie or King Griffey Jr. rookie.
Okay. All right. Those seem to be your 2 favorite players. All right. How's school going for you? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
All right. Is there one class that gives you more of a challenge where you like to bring your grade up in?
Not really.
Okay. So you're doing pretty well in school. Okay. All right. Well, keep doing well in school, and good luck the rest of the way because it's far from over. How's it feel being close to being a champ?
Feels good.
Yeah, okay, keep it going, Chad. Thanks for joining us. Take it. All right, we'll get your name and what position or positions that you played this year on the whole year.
My name is Matt Quill, and I played shortstop and second base through the year, and I play right field on the All-Star team.
Great. Okay, so you play a lot of different positions. And we're asking all the players if there's a memorable play or maybe something in this game that you want to talk about that you feel good about.
Well, during the year against the Orioles' first-place team, I went 4 for 4 one night, and I was just really happy because I normally don't do that. So.
Yeah, doesn't it feel great when you get a multi-hit game like that? You just feel like you can't do no wrong. But talk to me, out of those 4 hits, what was the best one? Was it an extra base hit or one you really had to hustle to second or third to make the double or triple? Talk to me about that.
Well, I hit one, it bounced off the fence, off the bottom of the fence, so I got really proud of myself after that.
I know if I swung and the ball hit near the fence, I would get hyped up. It definitely psychs you up. But what about other sports for you after baseball? I know you guys got a few games left, but what's going to happen for you after the baseball season?
Well, I have winter ball coming, and then I have soccer still. I play on a traveling team.
Yeah. See, soccer's a great sport to play to keep you in shape all year round, you know, for baseball and everything else. What position do you play? Like playing up front at the forward spot or back on the defensive side?
I play left defender and right wing.
Oh, okay. If you had your choice between the defender or the right wing spot, if the coach said, okay, you make the pick, which one would you choose?
I'd pick the left defender because it's a lot easier for me.
Great, okay. You sound like an unselfish player. And as we have the national anthem here, we'll go ahead and take a little break here. All right, one final question. How far do you think you're going to go in this tournament?
I think we're going to go pretty far comparing what we've been doing lately, but we're going to face a tough team on Thursday, so I don't really know.
All right. You feel confident?
Yeah, I feel confident.
All right. Thanks a lot, Mr. Cool. You take it easy. All right. All right, we'll get your name and what position you played on the year.
Okay, my name is David Hunt, and I usually played pitcher.
Okay. Talk to us about today's game. I mean, we mentioned during the broadcast that not everyone has their best day out there. And today on the mound, I think that you probably felt like you probably could have did a little bit better. But what was going through your mind when you started walking a couple people, because you know you can always do better than that?
Oh, I just said, you know, don't worry about it. Take a deep breath and keep on going. So. Didn't work, but.
Yeah, well, that's the attitude to have, though. I mean, you guys are all all-stars, and you've all had a great year. Talk to me now. Think back on the whole season, Dave. A best game for you on the whole year.
My best game was against the Angels when I threw no-hitter.
Beautiful.
That was my best game.
See, that's what I mean. I talked about Nolan Ryan, how what a phenomenal pitcher he is, and yet this year I think it took him 2 or 3 months to get his first victory. So everyone has their ups and downs, but now talk to me about the no-hitter. What was going through your mind? Were you in control from pitch 1?
Yeah, I was real excited about it. After the first 3 innings, I had most of them down, so I just figured to do the same thing.
Let me ask you this. When you have a no-hitter going, there's always a point in the game where you start thinking about it. It goes through your mind. But what inning did you start saying, hey, I might get this?
About the 5th.
Okay. All right, what about at the plate? Favorite game for you? Most memorable plate appearance, or maybe a day where you had a few hits?
There's really no favorite game for me besides that. That's about it.
Okay. You guys are all good athletes. Asking all of your teammates what other sports you're going to play after baseball.
Football.
What position you play in football?
Probably linebacker.
Okay. You have a favorite player when you watch the NFL and watch any of the linebackers? Anyone you try to be like?
No.
Okay. All right. What about other athletes that you like in other sports?
My favorite basketball team is the Bulls, of course.
Okay.
And that's about it.
You mean it's not the dream team?
No.
Okay. Do you like Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, those guys?
Yeah, he's okay.
Who is Michael Jordan?
He's kind of a hot dog.
Okay. All right. How you doing in school? You making out all right?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good in school.
Okay. What's your favorite class?
Nothing really.
Okay.
Kind of PE's the best.
That was always my favorite. Okay. What about one you'd like to do a little bit better? It kind of gives you more of a challenge.
Math.
Okay. All right. How far along are you in math right now? What do they have you doing? I mean, you're doing anything for the summer?
I'm going into pre-algebra next year.
All right.
So.
All right. Well, hey, take care. Good game and good season. Take it easy. All right, we'll keep it going. What's your name and what position you played on the year?
My name's Chris Jordan, and I play first base mostly.
Okay. Talk to me, asking all your teammates. Favorite game of the year. What was yours?
Probably the last time against the Rangers. We won, I think, 28-2.
Wow.
And I had a pretty good game.
Okay.
See, I got a couple hits. I think I got a double or stuff like that.
Beautiful.
It's a pretty good game.
Feels good to get an extra base hit. You know, it really does. What about today's game? Anything about today's game that stands out in your mind you'd like to share with us?
No, not really, because I didn't really have a very good game today.
All right. That's the nature of baseball. Some games are, you feel good about, others that you don't. Talk to me about other sports for you.
I don't really have any other sports. Maybe a little basketball. That's about it.
You kind of play basketball recreationally, not on any teams, but just to go out and have fun with your friends and things like that. Okay. What about when you're not playing sports? You want to just have fun and relax, like some of your teammates collect things. I mean, what do you do for fun?
Probably just go play Super Nintendo.
Okay. Talk to me a little bit about your favorite game within Nintendo.
It's probably Zelda: Link to the Past.
How does that game work? What's the goal?
First you're in the light world, and then you got to beat this guy named Agaham.
Okay.
And then you go into the dark world, and then you got to beat Agaham again, and then you got to begin.
Okay. So you try to just keep going further and further and further each time? I mean, have you found yourself doing pretty well each time, getting better each time with it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We beat the game already.
Okay. And how's school going for you?
Yeah, it's going pretty good. I got 2 B's one B this last quarter. I got straight A's the quarter before that.
Great.
Then I got 2 B's the quarter before that. Then I got 2 A's, 2 B's, and 2 C's.
Beautiful. Okay, that's good. Yeah, just keep doing well in school and keep playing ball. And thanks for joining us, all right? Take it. All right, we'll have you introduce yourself and tell us what position you played during the year.
My name is Gregor Connors, and I mostly play catcher in the season. In the All-Star Series, I played left field.
Okay. And again, you're an all-star, so you've all had a nice season. Tell me your favorite game, Gregor, on the whole season. It could be a regular season game or it could be one of the tournament games. What was your best?
My favorite game was when we beat the second place team Indians, but they were really tough.
Okay. Anything in that game that you did individually that you felt good about?
Struck out one of the top hitters.
Beautiful. Okay. All right. So I didn't know you were on the mound that much. But okay, what about at the plate? What was your favorite game?
I don't really have a favorite game. I pretty much hit the ball every game.
Okay, good. So you just try to hit the ball consistently. Do you consider yourself more of a power hitter or just try to make contact without striking out? What's your philosophy at the plate?
I don't strike out a lot. I just get clutch hits and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. What about other sports for you?
I play baseball all year round.
Oh, great. Okay, so that's your favorite. So when it comes to baseball players professionally, there must be a few that you like.
I like Dave Justice and Frank Thomas. I like the whole Atlanta Braves.
Great. Those are 2 good ones.